Students are headed back to school. This marks the second year of Arkansas's bell-to-bell no-cell law.
That law passed in February of last year in an effort to lower distraction in schools and improve students' mental health. Thanks for joining us for your 5 News at 6 on air and streaming on 5 News Plus. I'm Darren Bobb.
And I'm Morgan Wrigley. Arkansas students are back in class for a second year under that bell-to-bell no-cell law.
2 local districts say they're already seeing a difference. 5 News reporter Bo Russell shows us what's changed and what new research says about the impact of these laws.
1 year after bell-to-bell no-cell went into law, Greenwood High School principal Jaron Myers says one of the biggest changes can be seen at lunchtime.
We have kids bringing board games up to the school. We have rounds of Uno being played at the lunch table.
Myers says before the ban, many students spent lunch on their phones, playing games, texting, and scrolling. But now, he says students actually acknowledge each other.
They're interacting with each other. They're just building relationships that they didn't build before.
In Rogers, Superintendent Jeff Perry says they've been seeing the same thing.
We saw a large number of students interacting more. We saw more personal connections during lunch. We saw more engagement in the classroom.
Perry says the district expected more pushback when the policy first started.
Worried about compliance. We worried about issues that we would have with discipline, and none of that really materialized.
But a new report from the National Bureau of Economic Research suggests taking phones away doesn't necessarily lead to immediate improvements. The study found that in schools with mandated lockable phone pouches, phone use dropped, but saw little change in things like test scores, attendance, or reported classroom attention.
And I wouldn't want anybody to think this is the silver bullet, because there's not one.
Perry says the law was partly driven by concerns over student anxiety, depression, and stress.
There are multiple factors behind the rationale why students are struggling with so many different issues.
While he says getting students away from phones and social media can help, schools only control about 6.5 hours of their day.
If parents, if community members, if we don't better self-regulate, we can't make those changes and can't make those permanent changes in the 6.5 hours that we have students here.
Covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.